Alright, so we're so back. This one, Undisputed video, really haven't put one out in a good minute, but I don't have a problem with Undisputed. I don't hate Undisputed, let me put it that way. I don't hate Undisputed. It has its moments where you're like, oh, this is fun. It has your moments when it's like, the fuck were y'all doing for a year and a half? But, you know, my being right now, me personally, is I'm a damage boy, right? So the whole time, if someone does something wrong and you counter them or make them pay for it, you should be rewarded, and they should not last that long. So in UFC, right, if you duck into an uppercut, basically what I'm about to describe is vulnerability. When you duck into an uppercut, boom, if someone has high power, they hit you, fall, you get rocked, you get stunned, whatever. In this game, which I am displaying right now, this nigga not even playing, dog. And I just landed all them body shots. Nothing happens. So then, it leads to my next problem. I'm like, okay, he's not playing. Let me target the body and see what happens. So I'm going to fully focus on body damage because people be like, well, in real fights, there's not knockouts all the time. Yeah, in 2K, Steph Curry doesn't shoot 80% from 3. But when we play, somebody starts griefing on the other team and they left me open a whole game. I'm going to shoot 80% and make 23s. That's what happens. Because a video game is not real life. People's skill level should determine how good and how successful they are in your game. You should not get your hand held so hard, especially in a fighting game. Because at the end of the day, this is a fighting game. You don't get your hand held so hard that if you keep making mistakes in Tekken, you just win. You don't get your hand held so much in fucking Mortal Kombat that if you keep making mistakes, if you keep jumping and somebody does an anti-air, they will hit you every time. On this game, he will whiff a bunch of times. I will keep targeting the body. Ooh, I got a white flash for once. I then proceed to slip and rip. Look at these. These are power shots at this point. I start using Powerhouse at the end of that round. I'm slipping and ripping to the body. So basically, being smart doesn't matter. Which leads to you not being rewarded for the hard work you put in. Which leads to another thing. You trying to box, not always working. So if you are more of a sim guy where you're like trying to emulate how somebody fights, it won't work in this game because of the way damage and scoring works. So then you have to find ways around it to maybe, and I'm not saying you can't box. Like there's people that will go in here and make it look like they can box, but they will also, if they're not disingenuous, tell you that it doesn't work every single time. They will come on here and tell you, yeah, I box really well because I'm very good at this fucking game. And it's like, okay, that's good. How many times out of 10 when you play this game does pure boxing work to where you don't have to maybe do something? And I'm not saying manipulate and cheese either, but I'm saying do something you don't want to do to be effective offensively. And that is something that actually happens in this game because of the mechanics. Happens in other games too, I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm over here, again, just purely focusing on targeting the body this video. Because I always felt like ever since the original drop, body damage has not been effective. And look at this. He's throwing flurries, trying to activate punches and bunches like a dumbass, but he's trying. I'm slipping and ripping to the body. And then, again, I'm honestly not even worried about defense. This guy's not good enough to beat me. So I'm just testing things. Slipping, rolling, going under. Look at this. He's still not blocking low, right? So we're now going through round 2. I'm not saying you should get first round knockouts every time. But what I'm saying is, if you played somebody and they didn't block their head at all, and you land 80 to 100% of your shots towards their head, and then you start throwing power shots, would you go, man, most fights I watch on Saturdays and Sundays and Friday night fights, they don't end in the first round all the time? Or would you go, he's not blocking, I should have got a knockdown by now? And this is really my gripe with dumbasses in communities, whether it's UFC or Undisputed, where they be like, it's not real life. This is a game. So if someone is so defensively irresponsible 100%, 90 to 100% of the time, they should lose 90 to 100% of the time. And honestly, you should lose quick. Because if I sent B-Vol out there to just start throwing shots on your liver and jaw and you're not blocking it, I promise you it doesn't go 3 rounds. It doesn't go 3 rounds. That's not how fighting works. That's not how it works with high-level fighters. Because these are high-level fighters. It's fucking David Benavidez and Dimitri Bivol. If you just like, again, I don't hate this game. I literally made this video to rant. I'm not gonna lie. There's gonna be coherent thought in here, but I made it to rant. Not having good vulnerability is killing this game, and not having good damage on body punches is killing this game. It also, the reason there's not that many knockouts, and people be like, there are knockouts in this game. Yeah, no shit. In fact, I'll fucking show you a knockout later in this video. But this video is not gonna do well. But the main thing is, no matter what you see, and even if I do just knock out like 2 people, it shouldn't take 7 rounds. Like, imagine somebody does this and they make it to round 7 and 8. Like, really think about that. If you've been listening to the rant and watching what's on the screen, I'm landing like 84% or 83% of my body shots. That's ridiculous. And he's still not blocking them. In fact, he steps into a lot of them. And the craziest part is, we haven't got a drop yet. Have we got a stun yet? Now that one I missed. I missed that power shot. I don't think I missed that one. He got a counter because I'm being over aggressive. And I didn't miss that one. But here's the craziest part. We are now in round 4. I clearly won 3 straight rounds. No stuns yet. No knockdowns. And his stamina's probably dog shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. His stamina's probably trash. He's probably thrown what? Yeah, look at this. He's gassed in round 4. Another thing, when they're gassed, and look at me. What would you call this stamina percentage right here as we finally get a drop? I'm just trying to hurt him at this point. Well, not a drop. We finally get a stun. My fault. I don't even know what a drop looks like in this game. But the thing is, what would you say my stamina's at? Like 75, 80%, high 70s. And he's gassed. And the way I'm hitting his body, he's in the 30s or lower right now. So this style still isn't getting dropped from this. It's like he mismanaged his stamina and defense so bad that he's gassed in round 4. And he's not throwing back. And I can't do anything that's really hurting him enough to put him down. Like, this is ridiculous to me. I don't think you should hold hands with damage so much, because that's really what they do. When you make damage and knockdowns and all that stuff less, you basically appease the egos of worse players so that they don't put your game down. But I'm not gonna lie, on games like this, you can't do that. The damage has to be good enough to where if you're defensively irresponsible, you fuck around and find out. You just lose. You lose a lot until you get better, and you look at YouTube videos and you pay attention to your habits and see what's getting you dropped and things like that, if you want to get better. If not, you're just going to go in there and get shit on. And I don't have a problem with that. Some people play games casually. They don't have the time. They get on after work. They take their time. They get on here and just try to have fun. You're not going to have fun against a real good player. But when you play another bot or another bum, you'll have a little time. And if you're just trying to play against your friends, cool. And here's another thing. We're in round 5. No drops. Y'all have seen this fight to this point. No drops. 8 minutes of pure moronic defense on his part. And the crazy part is, I'm trying to target his body. Like, this is me trying. Like, imagine if I was just boxing. I'm sitting off of my jab. I'm using movement. I'm winning rounds. And then I try to turn up aggression on and off to, like, change the ways in which, the pace, the patterns, the timing. Like, I'm throwing 3 here, 1 here. I'm changing the variation of how I'm throwing. Things like that. Like, I'm really putting a whole game plan together for what I want to do, right? I would never knock him down, because there's so much thought and, like, effort into that. There wouldn't be enough violence for this game. I'm not saying that doesn't work. It does work, and you do win that way. But I'm saying there's not enough violence in the damage for that to work. And honestly, it's getting to a point where the reason I haven't even put an Undisputed video out in a while is it's just this. I paid $100 fucking for this game. Like, really keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. A lot of people, not just me, paid 100 real life dollars. And if you're in Canada, you played more. I think you paid like, what, 130, 140. So, paid hard-earned money for an edition of this game that costs more. And a year later, dog shit. You know what I mean? Like we got the DLC packs, though. We got DLC packs We got fighters you like, but we're not going to fix some mechanics and some damage so that, you know, powerful fighters feel powerful. And in fact, people like B-Ball, who use the Soviet style, bounce around on their toes, use combos, and look at that, though. That was a hard counter, and I threw power shots in there. Still nothing. But use the Soviet style, bounce on their toes, in and out, jabs, 1-2s, the little Soviet hook, you know what I'm saying? Goes long and around the guard, all that nice stuff. You know what I mean? And then, to top it off, shit like this happens. Look at this. We blue screen in the middle of me fucking him up. We blue screen, and then an unexpected error has occurred. I paid $100 for this game. I paid $100, real life dollars for this. Now, again, I don't hate Undisputed, but I paid $100. So, lucky me. I'm 1-2 because of the rank reset. I was playing with a calf. I'm not gonna lie. I was playing with a calf, trying to see how it worked online. 85 everything, not good enough when the damage isn't good enough. So, you know, I didn't drop anybody. I outboxed the guy. I lost a split decision. I lost 2 split decisions, actually. So, then I realized, this is the same guy. And I think he realized it was me. So now I go, I'm going to choose Manny Pacquiao, right? So when I peep that, I'm like, I'm going to go in here and just be violent. Because Manny has power. And I'm going to work the body, and I'm going to work his looping shots and his 1-2s. And I'm just going to try and hit him really, really hard. I don't think he's going to ever beat me in a fight. I'm going to use my combos. I'm going to try and counter to the body for all my counters. That was my game plan here, right? And that's cool, because Manny Pacquiao's tough. He's arguably the best pick in the game. Like, he's fast, he's twitchy, his animations hit, he punches a bunch, like, all that. It's great. It's a fun pick. Cool. Again, I'm not thinking about boxing, though. I'm just over here like, I'm going to hurt him because I know he's ass. He's trash. Dumpster juice. A piece of shit. So, me ranting and raving about how wonderful this game is and the fact that I paid $100 for it, people will be like, well, why do you pay it? My fault. Not why do I pay it. Why do I play it? I play it because I like boxing. I really do. And sometimes the game works and it looks good and you get your counters and you get some knockouts and it's fun. But the fact that the damage is so bad that people like this can even compete. Look, he's spamming a lead hook, right? But on top of that, he's not blocking. So I just start countering him as well. So watch for the white flashes, because he's going to punch on my block, and I'm just going to try and block counter him. You know, use the little movement, see if he whiffs and can farm white flashes on him. He doesn't know what's going on. He has 1 thumb and 2 brain cells. So, you know, it is what it is. But it's just annoying that even against somebody like this, you can't just get them out of there. Like on UFC, when somebody's worse than me, I get on the game, they're worse than me. Oh, they can't grapple, take them to the ground, submit them. I don't go there and the ground game's so bad that they can just stall me in full guard without knowing how to really play the game is what I'm implying. You can't do that. You can't stand with me on the feet and just last 5 rounds with bad stamina management and not knowing your ranges. You can't do that on those games. So, you know, I say all that to say, I'm frustrated. I spent money on the game. I want it to be good. I do hope that they make changes in the future and it fixes the game. You know, I'm not going to give up hope on the game. Like, as long as they're going to make games, I'll look and keep my eyes, you know, I'll keep tapped in. But as for now, on this channel, pretty much going to be mostly just UFC content. Because this, for me, I'm finally at the point where it's kind of unbearable. My boy Chama, he reached that point before me. I'm a lot more optimistic, but I've finally reached the point of, I paid $100. This game does not work. I'm really upset about it because I wanted it to be good. It's not even that I spent the money. I wanted it to be good. And in the beginning, I was putting niggas down. Like, if they ate like 4 body shots and then block, they would get a little rock stick. Then you would run up to them and you get a little combo and they would fall. Now, you can't even knock niggas down with body shots. I start taunting. He's fodder. This guy is food, by the way. He's fodder. But I'm not gonna lie. it wasn't even an ego thing. It's I hate this game thing. And he's really trash. Weave. Oh, it landed. But hey, it is what it is. So we're at the point where it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's in the future for this game. I just felt like ranting about it. Why you don't see me post it. Probably going to post a D-Rod video tomorrow. He just got dropped in UFC, so be on the lookout for that if you're watching at this point. I mean, we're probably like, what, 15 minutes in the video? You might not be watching at this point. But for the 1 to 2 people that did, shout out y'all. There will be a D-Rod video tomorrow. But right here, craziest part, we get around here, I'm looking to weave, I'm looking to counter him, and we actually work the body slip, overhand, and it's not just a flash drop, it's a flash KO. The game finally did something right. But I digress. Still, if you haven't bought this game, save your money, unless you're just the type that gets on here and plays it with friends. Like y'all don't care about nothing, playing online, playing a ranked mode, it doesn't matter. If it's just playing with your friends, get the game, you can have fun with it. But anything past that, I mean, Undisputed's in a terrible state. They had all the hype in the world. They sold 1 million copies, and they fumbled it. Yeah, it's probably the most negative video I'll ever have on my channel. But hey, we're at that point. We're at that point. And if you watched it, thanks for watching. Yeah. What did I land on him? Yeah, look at that. I landed 74% of my body shots. 64% of my total shots. He was at 64% stamina. I was at 93. Like, oh my. This is how most fights should go when they suck. Anyway, like and subscribe. Tune in for the next video. I'm out.